AI potentially help us as human beings.
Are you going to lose your job because of it?
It can take over our jobs or maybe kill us. Imagine shooting a video using a Sony Ericsson last time with those camera. You get 3GP quality, right? AI now can help us convert those videos into 8K videos.
Wow, 就是讲那种本来拿来偷拍群体的，明明看不到颜色，可以边看到颜色。
Yes.
If you give a photo to somebody, it can actually generate very real life images of you, video as well.
Yeah.
They kidnap the child, take a recording picture, 3D picture of the child, then they send it to the parents, do a video call with the child speaking into the microphone. So exactly the same facial features and how they speak to the parents. Now they can move like a 3D character.
So we have AI porn right now.
That was something that I was going to venture to.
Venture AI porn.
You be the character.
I'm honest to God that
In other words, anyone who is not really learning that shit, they will really get.
it will be replaced.
Yeah, I really think that AI will replace people who doesn't use AI.
这已经是融入在我们的生活里面了。
Welcome to episode 21, guys. 今天呢, we're going to talk about topics that is not human. What is not human? Basically, we're going to talk about AI, artificial intelligence, and how it could maybe potentially help us as human beings. Maybe you might think that it can take over our jobs or maybe kill us. It all depends on how you think about it. So today we have different guests. Some are very technical in terms of this department, and also some are maybe you call more human oriented, and how they can talk about human and AI and what's the difference and how we can balance between both. So again, let me introduce our guest today, Josh. Josh is our most common guest of all time. We should maybe give
你叫我嚟講 AI， 我懶識咩？我 salesman 嚟㗎屌。
AI 係好 interesting 嘅嘢嚟嘅，我哋一定要講少少about 啲嘢。如果唔係，我真係冇 topic 講咯。真係。
你叫我睇 AI 女我得啊，AI 做出嚟嘅女或者 AI 做出嚟嘅片我睇。
嗰啲其實係 it's quite different because those are you're talking about 3D.
Yeah,
3D porn.
Create by AI.
Create by AI, yes.
I show you later after we off the cam.
Yeah.
Oh,
After we off the cam, I show you.
Yeah.
Is it?
They will have perfect face, perfect boobs, and perfect ass.
But I thought those are for those people who are very lonesome, very 宅男。
過嚟睇啫，兄弟。
睇啫咩？你哋有睇嘅咩？你哋睇得打得到咩？
When you scroll 啦，when you scroll 啦 ，doesn't mean你睇嗰個你要打飛機㗎嘛？屌你
！But 你們的好奇心。
Sometimes you can just admire things. Doesn't need to be whacking off to all images or videos 嘛，係嘛？
Yeah. Imaginary, big, very voluptuous pictures.
Landscape we call it.
Landscapes.
I'm an
technical words
person.
coming out. Landscape.
So our first guest, Josh. Welcome, Josh. And also our second guest, he's been here before in our podcast talking about 如果你今天只是想到要做工6點到10點的話，那你只是看 menu， 只是 order 東西是6塊到10塊以上這樣子罷了。If you can remember 啦。Well, let's welcome Dan.
Dan.
Dan 你今天是來吹水的是嗎？
啊？
你今天是來吹水的是嗎？
吹水不會抹嘴。
哦，
可是偷吃會抹嘴。
你有沒有在你的 line of work 現在啦，你有沒有用一些 AI 的 tools？
一定有啊，confirm 是有啊。我家裡你看啊 ，AI 已經是融入在我們的生活裡面了的。你回到家，那個燈自動會開。
我 serious， 你的有那 system 全部，
那個燈自動會開
啊，那個燈自動會開。
我以為在先進哦，這個東西。
沒有，那個燈要腳開它才會開啊，那個燈自己會開啊，等等的東西啊，好像就因為 CCTV 啊，它也是有 AI 的 function 的 ，auto detect
跟着你走的
啊，
那種
年齡 detection 啊，幾歲男女都是 AI 來的，所以已經是離不開我們的生活了。
床也是自動會暖的啊。
啊，那個不錯。
有時會冷，有時會溫。
啊，那個 off cam 我也會跟你講。
Okay, great. So let's welcome our newest guest today, KZ. He is the CTO of Alpha Bridge. CTO 不是 technical officer. technology officer. Basically, you do a lot of IT, back end, front end, everything. Basically, and you deal with a lot of AI related things.
Yes.
So, what are some of the most recent research that you have been doing for your business?
We are looking into chatbots as well. Looking at how we can use LLMs. LLM is basically large language models, similar as ChatGPT. How we can integrate that and help us improve our interactions with our clients.
Whoa. And how do you do that actually? Like, how does AI know these kind of things?
It uses a lot of data sets actually. So we need to have conversations of data sets of conversation with human to human. So each language, like we want to have English, we have English data sets, conversations. Chinese, we have Chinese data sets, conversations. Then from there, we train the AI to go and read and understand what they are actually typing or communicating.
Oh, does that come with predictions on what people are going to say or how they would react so that AI can, at real time, generate responses that could, just like normal human being, if I ask you a question, you could answer me within like the next 2 seconds. So does it have that kind of technology?
Oh, yes, correct. So one thing is like how you can respond to people, but responding to people also based on the knowledge base that your AI model has been trained with. So now most of the AI in the industry, they are able to crawl websites. Then once they crawl websites, they directly generate all the FAQ questions for you.
Oh.
You remember in the past, last time when a business go online, they had to prepare like the 101 FAQ questions.
Yeah.
Now the AI just one click of a button, within 2 minutes, all the FAQ will come out. So the AI bot or the chatbot that actually has, they will actually pull the data from these FAQ sets and then respond to the clients.
Is this the limitation where maybe smaller to medium sized companies, right, are able to pull off in terms of like chatbots? Is it possible for small to medium enterprises to reach levels like, for example, in video format, like video calls and things like that?
It's possible, but as long as they have the resources. But I think now a lot of smaller companies, they lack the data sets, which is the most important thing to train the data models.
So the data sets comes from real world experiences and recorded experiences and things like that.
Yes.
I see. So chatbots only typing, meaning to say?
You can do a voice also.
Voice
because
as well.
voice, when they listen to the voice, they can convert it to text for them to read and respond as well.
I see. Well, okay. So I'm gonna tell you about what I do as well as we do production over here, and I deal with video recording and also editing and such. So I'm just gonna tell you briefly about my own experience and how my team and I 用这一个 AI. It's basically like this. Imagine shooting a video using maybe a Sony Ericsson last time with those camera. You get 3GP quality, right? AI now can help us convert those videos into 8K videos.
哇，我就是讲那种本来拿来偷拍群体的，明明看不到颜色，可以边看到颜色啊。
Yes.
也就是代表我们看到喊白啊，那个马赛克你可以弄掉啦。
Okay, 马赛克这种东西it can replace, but it can never uncover the 马赛克啦。
So they can recreate a vagina.
They can recreate that.
It might not be accurate, It's about 70-80% fit,
Yeah. What we want is accuracy, man.
Yeah.
So I've got questions where they ask me, since I do editing and all this stuff, graphic and as well as videos. A lot of people did ask me before whether I can take away things that are 马赛克, all this what do you call that? Mosaic kind of stuff. Yeah. Not really lah. So not yet lah. Of course.
What they ask you? What kind of content they ask you to remove?
Well, we get some crazy requests lah sometimes, sexually and also off topic a bit. So besides that, in terms of upgrading video quality, I mean it's a very big and wide range of stuff, not just video but also audio and lighting as well. So imagine like if we are too dark here, or maybe this side is too bright, we can actually change the lighting in post-processing.
Yes.
And that could, because AI these days recognize face and dimensions, that could change lighting positions, and that will help people who are filmmakers or who are on budget to create very high budget scenes like that lah.
Means I can give you a photo of mine, then you can recreate me in an animated mode.
Animation mode is definitely doable. In video now, I think in terms of the industry of making AI videos, right, it's still quite it's growing quite well already. If you look at things like Runway AI can really generate things that you cannot even imagine.
Photo to video.
Then 照片不要乱给人啊，等下分分钟变成一个你在打飞机的 video.
Yeah.
I think now with all the deepfake technologies, if you give a photo to somebody, it can actually generate very real life images of you, video as well.
Yeah.
So that's why in Singapore, actually the police actually warns a lot of people nowadays that do not send photos like
Why
that.
everyone
Do not send
staring
photos
at me about this topic?
to strangers, because a lot of kidnappers in like in other countries, they kidnap the child, then they take a recording of take a picture, 3D picture of the child, then they send it to the parents, do a video call with the child speaking into the microphone. So exactly the same facial features and how they speak to the parents.
So it depends on how you use it in a good way or in a bad way.
Yes. So it's a double-edged sword, I would say. Everything is double-edged sword. Today I give you a knife. You can take it to kill someone, or you can take it to cook a nice dish for a lady.
True.
It's crazy how that our work has changed throughout the years. I remember filming videos and we have to use whatever that we have, the assets that we have to create a nice video. These days it's just, you don't have that or you didn't take that shot, you can always generate through keywords and prompts.
Yeah.
And I mean, ChatGPT, again, we use it daily. And the upcoming one, Meta AI,
yes, correct.
with the Llama 3.1
Yes.
as well. So later, I think we'll get more into that because I'm not very technical with that.
Are you going to lose your job because of it?
I think it will only definitely enhance. Because without AI, if today I'm working without AI, right, the tools that I have would not help me create such quality. Correct.
But in another words, means that if anyone who is not really learning that shit, they will really get fucked.
They'll be replaced.
Yeah. I really think that AI will replace people who doesn't use AI, but they will not take away jobs, because as long as the company has ideas, has things that they want to move forward with, you can always, once productivity and efficiency increases, then you can always shift the manpower to do something else.
Correct.
But then because AI helps them to become more efficient, they will always kick away those who cannot use AI.
That's right.
True. Yeah.
学 AI 啊喂，学 AI 啊喂，学 AI 讲3次啊。
很重要，所以讲3次。
其实我 every day I've been telling my friends close to me, 你怎么不要做你的 I always try to push people to do their IP one, but me myself still okay lah, still doing a bit lah.
所以你是讲这我啦，其实。
That's because
indirectly, you know.
你们
OK 吗？最近一天2个 OK 吗
？No content 了 ，bro。Nothing it is. Dry,
very dry.
Because these days it's possible with the help of AI to help you make TikTok videos. So the next thing that I'm gonna get into, I'm gonna ask KZ as well into this thing. Can we summon our own AI character and how we can do it? From what I know, what I am able to do for the production side is I could record 4K images, whatever quality you like. We can do it high quality, and then we can actually give you all the dimensions that you need. If you're talking about those LiDAR kind of thing, you can map 3D. I can give it to you. And what is the possibility of us making contents out of this kind of data that we have?
I thought this thing is already Jianying already
It's
have this
already
thing,
in the
right?
market. Yes,
It's already in the market,
whereby you can just scan a person.
Yes.
Then you just type in words and the fellow will speak whatever the fuck you want.
Only
it to
speak the motion.
Motion-wise, okay.
I think it's only the mouth movement and the eyes movement. Kind
I now can move the animated.
body as well,
the body can move.
You can do like this as well.
It's like Deepfakes technology, they do a mapping of your face,
Yeah.
So they have all the data points of your face, of your body, and everything. So actually now they can move like a 3D character.
So we have AI porn right now.
That was something that I was going to venture to.
Venture AI porn.
You be the character.
I'm honest to God that that this is something I really
So
wanted
you want
to
to enhance
venture
a big dick or something else to...
Well, it's actually like this. Imagine like we have to learn 3D. If we don't learn 3D, right, we have to use actual person, right? So let's say I've actually done this experiment before where with our phones, the Luma app, you can actually ask the person to stand like this in a T formation, and you just do a 360 scan from top, middle, and bottom. So you get the whole LiDAR scan.
Yeah, LiDAR scan, yes. The mapping,
So I've just thrown into Blender, which is a 3D software, and take away all the unwanted stuff, and just with the human's body.
Adjust the boob size, the dick size, the
Yeah,
whatever size
yeah.
kind of thing. Huh?
And then we could alter because that's in 3D. In the 3D program. So we could make a skeleton out of the arms, the head, the neck, the joints, basically, and basically produce video from there. We can put any sorts of background and start making things work. And how do we make it work? Is basically I was thinking to buy those motion suits that cost.
I saw before. Yeah.
Quite a bit. If we have those motion suits and with the right programming power, right, actually we can just do actions like this, like
that
still.
is something that you just said is the right programming power. Not many people has the programming power in the world to produce this kind of thing or to either train a model. Because like us, even if we buy a 30,000 computer with very powerful graphic cards, the newest one by Nvidia, we can only train a model. It takes us 24 hours to 36 hours to train a model of this kind of skill.
Yeah. It's
So
crazy.
you will see robotic porn from you.
If it's something that Josh would like to venture to, we'll definitely talk
venture
about this.
or invest.
Invest and venture.
venture.
Yeah, let's be
Right.
partners. Why
I
not?
think this is a losing money business if you're doing porn.
Upload to Pornhub. May earn more money.
It's true, because I've seen the first time that I've seen this happening is on Instagram on my search engine.
The algorithm.
Why was it on your search engine?
Well,
What keyword that you search and confuse?
I don't know. It just came out, and there's this very realistic AI character that is just moving, where it's actually doing all this TikTok dances.
Pornographic.
Yeah. And they're doing all the TikTok dance, sexual dance, and stuff like that. It got me realizing. I clicked onto their profile, and then I realized that wow, I think almost 1 million people subscribe to that, and then she has her own. I mean, the character has its own OnlyFans.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you are the one of the subscriber?
No,
I
I wish I
see.
got the money for that, but it will only be for the interest.
But must it have this whatever motion suit that you mentioned in order to create that 3D thing?
It will be easier in terms of the process of
Can't it be,
animating.
because if you talk about those dancing move, you cannot take from somebody else's dance move and copy it into...
You can.
You can easily train from the video,
Yeah.
the moves, then you actually plug it into the action character.
You don't need a motion suit. Right?
Well, we wanted to do...
The motion suit is because when you stand in a T format, the scan might not be complete, so there are certain points whereby you lag.
Oh.
Yeah, so the motion suit is they make sure every point is already mapped as detailed as possible. So it's always about data points.
Then it's not good to have a small dick or something else then.
I drink first.
Let's talk about the big data, because that is obviously the thing that runs AI. Can you tell us a bit on how we can, or how a company can obtain big data?
I think now big data you can purchase. A lot of companies actually sell data nowadays. Yeah, so it's either you purchase or you actually do web crawling lah. But web crawling is very expensive also because you need to run servers. You have to it takes time lah. Like to pull like Wall Street Journal, some people do finance news. To pull Wall Street Journal's data, they will also, once they see too many IPs of the same IPs trying to pull data, go to a lot of pages, they also ban you.
Yeah.
So another easier way is you directly buy data from them. Yeah.
There's not a lot, right, in Malaysia, buying data. Illegal, I think. Yeah, illegal.
Buying data is legal. If you, like CNBC, they sell their news to you, like history of
that
news.
kind of data.
Yeah.
Actually, any kind of data.
Any kind of data is data.
Okay.
Well, it means to say that just now you mentioned crawling, was it?
Web crawling.
crawling?
Web crawling.
So is that uses AI to search multiple kind of websites to generate some sort of data?
No, web crawling is basically a technology, a program that you built to actually open web pages. Then you save what you see on the web page into your database.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see, I see.
So we
Because
call
that's
it web
self-learning, is it?
no, it's just grabbing of data.
Oh, okay.
So like I know your pocket got money, I go inside your pocket, take some money, come out and put in my pocket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about robotics and also IoT, which is the Internet of Things.
Yeah, IoT is Internet of Things.
And Internet of Things is the one that I was curious about because I don't really understand the term and what is it all about, you know?
Internet of Things is more about devices connecting together. Like at home, in the past you don't have like what Dan's home have, a bed warmer,
The whole
the
Dong.
lights will auto on. Yeah, all these are communicating with each other. And how do you do that? Is that each of them inside there's a microchip. So these chips, they are able to communicate with each other if someone built a program. So it's Internet of Things. Yeah, so where things communicate with things.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But it uses the IP address of the internet, you need to say.
I would say it uses the IP address of your house,
Yeah.
which is the Wi-Fi of your house, to connect, so that you can have a home network,
The same network lah.
same network. Yeah,
same network.
in the
I
same
was
network.
wondering why Josh never actually went and invested on the goggles,
Apple.
the Apple goggle,
Apple.
Apple Vision Pro.
Vision Pro, yeah.
I don't think Malaysia is selling yet, right? I have to order it from US, right?
You've been ordering a lot of things from the US.
True. I have never been a fan of VR lah, actually.
Oh.
I don't know why. I've never been a fan of that.
Haven't.
But have you tried those those basically the buy video that can, you know, the special optical lens that captures both left side and right side, so that when you view it and it will be connected to one, what do you call
I
that?
have tried on gaming.
box.
I have tried on those
Cinema.
theme park or whatever kind of thing. It makes me feel dizzy more than exciting. I've never tried Vision Pro lah, so I don't know whether that thing is gonna change my mind or not. But I prefer a big screen TV that is 100-inch compared to looking into something that's gonna make me dizzy, and that thing is fucking heavy, you know.
Yeah.
And I have a neck problem and a back problem because of my age.
20 plus, sorry.
20 plus year old, yeah.
It's not something that I would enjoy, so I did not buy the thing. Yeah, I did buy the Ray-Ban Meta because it's just a fucking glasses bag.
Yeah, about the Ray-Ban Meta, that the function of that is just to basically take images and
The
record
images
videos.
live on social media, and it has a little bit of AI function that you can ask, "Hey Meta, what the fuck is this?" kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and integrated with AR as well, that one.
Augmented
Augmented
reality.
reality, yes, correct. But only applies on certain things usually in the US. It doesn't apply in
Yep,
Malaysia.
Not many function of it, but that main function is just I don't need to like holding a
Right.
device to record anything. I can just turn on the recording while I was paragliding, those kind of things.
Right. Do you ever think that, I mean, AI has been growing tremendously? Like, for example, ChatGPT over these past few years has generated over $1 billion in revenue. So, do you think that there will be a bubble that is forming?
I personally don't think there is a bubble because AI is one of the fastest technology to reach the mass market, I would say. As compared to like the previous technologies, if you heard of it, the blockchain.
Yeah.
Blockchain took, I think, 10 plus years to actually reach the mass market like today. But AI, only with a short span of maybe 5 to 6 years, actually exceeded the blockchain technologies already. Yeah, and every single large companies, if they are not developing AI, then they are not actually growing. So you look at Meta, you look at Facebook, they are the same company. You look at Microsoft,
Yeah.
you look at Google, they are all investing heavily into AI technologies.
Right. And a lot as well, right?
A lot, yes.
So, is blockchain obsolete in any way?
I wouldn't say blockchain is obsolete. Blockchain has its own pros and its own cons, but it has nothing to do with AI. Like, it's a different
It's
thing.
two different things.
Yeah, two
One
different
is
things.
a ledger, and one
Yeah.
is something that could replace human intelligence.
Yes. I agree with that because in the past AI is very stupid, I would say. Now they can.
How stupid? Describe.
Have you not seen the video of Will Smith eating the spaghetti? It was great. They basically the first time AI video was generated was Will Smith. You know Will Smith, and he's eating spaghetti and he was swallowing, and the image was just, it's like Play-Doh.
You mean the
face
resolution is it?
The resolution and the face is all like elastic.
The quality.
The quality is
yeah.
weird. It's weird.
Correct.
And compared to these days, if you look at Runway AI, right, they create transitions. I'm not sure if you can see it on your Instagram these days, but those transitions that can turn water into fire, and then all these transitions
they
are
can
crazy.
turn Jay Chou's album into drinking milk tea kind of thing.
It's like what you
years ago lah, that
need
one
2 days to 3 days to do last time. Now you can just do it in 5 minutes. Yeah, so
see,
it
I
really
see.
pushes efficiency and productivity to the max.
Okay, I will look for the video. Send me later.
Then I would like to ask you, would you like mind using any AI companies out there who are offering this position where they want a certain character like yourself, anyone in this world, to be taken and being sampled, your body and your voice and everything? Will you be okay with going through that process for some kind of money, and in return use your data and use your body or your voice to do any types of ads?
My body, but not my dick lah.
But unfortunately, it's in the small terms and conditions.
The T&C
the
No, just
T&C.
joking lah. I think it's okay with that lah.
You're okay with
Are
that?
you going to do that? You just like asking me first, is it? So when I say yes, then you will proceed the plan.
Well, this is on record,
Okay.
whatever you say now, the big companies are looking for you.
Oh.
I mean, you're quite a good-looking guy yourself. So.
I think should be okay lah, because 我们要跟上潮流嘛. The generation is there. So for me, it's like my personal opinion lah. I'm okay with that lah. But in a good way lah, of course. Not like like fucking the girls, not this kind of stuff lah.
But obviously, if you could somehow, let's say you're doing your own personal branding these days, and you want to do multiple, you have to schedule everything as well. You're a busy person, you're an entrepreneur yourself. So wouldn't it be good to leave it for AI to do everything?
Okay, I have two different prospects in this, this topic. Okay, first of all, in this AI, you're asking is mature enough or not? For me, maybe still have the gap there. Okay, you're asking like whether to scan my body, the motion and the voice, everything, compared to actual video right now that we're taking here.
Yeah.
I think the actual video is better than the AI. For now. Even though I scroll the video from the IG and the reels, all the boobs. I mean, can I say it's a fake boobs? Tits, okay? And ass, everything. So I will still see. Okay, but compared to the real one, I'd rather go for the real one. All the hot chick, from the US, Malaysia. Of course, I prefer Malaysia lah. Okay. The actual one is better compared to the AI.
Aren't you worried that they will use your whole being to do something malicious, meaning to say something bad?
Depends on you lah. I think you are the one who's using, right?
But sometimes it might not depends on him, because sometimes there's security breach, data leakage. Then your entire
Sometimes this kind of person is here,
profile,
this kind of person, Of course, we'll worry. Like even right now, you don't say AI, like you say your bank details, you say your personal details, you say your phone number. Always they will get a call from the bank, from the spam, from the along. So I think confirm we have this kind of issue. Kong Gao Lan Cha fucking Fong. We have this kind of issue. But if I worry, then I won't be growth.
And to think about it, that countries like in China, they have technologies these days to scan, and then they could tell your score, as in like
Expression.
not just the expression
Scoring.
Scoring.
About what?
Yeah.
Like what grade? They categorize you in different levels.
Grade as in what?
Like, okay, let's say you earn, you have a basic income of how much. They know everything just by scanning on your face.
Value.
Not just value. They could, as in do you have criminal records and everything like that?
like
China?
talks like this.
Yeah, in China.
Serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're using? Are they using?
They are
They're using.
They're using.
They call it the 10 yen.
Yeah, there's
The 10 yen. It's
yes.
government. It's from government.
It's from
Yeah,
government.
the
yes,
government
correct.
can scan through any CCTV within a city or within a country, and know.
How about the twins?
This thing, yeah.
Yeah, how about the twins?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Because they have like the scan through your face to pay some more.
Oh, yeah,
twins
yeah.
out, I never think of
twins
that
out.
also.
Twins, there are still some difference, because like if you look at twins, their face ID on even iPhone, they cannot scan each other's phone because the
Serious,
iris everything different. They're slightly different. There's still slight difference.
Oh, I thought twins only vagina different only. The face was different.
Face slight difference.
How you know vagina different?
That one I
I
don't know.
thought vagina should be the same.
Off cam, off cam.
But like, how does it like impact in terms of how us basically the people of this nation to trust countries who build systems like that to judge who we are and how we live? You know, where does it stop from there? Can you imagine?
No.
It will only get even worse. don't you
Majority,
think?
maybe.
Yeah.
I think in China there's no way you can stop this thing because China is a communist country. Yeah. What they say is always right. Yeah. Just like how women say is always right.
I think in any part of the world, the governing body will always want control. They will always want control, man. We talk about government as government like serving the people, but actually they are a corporation as well. Technically, a government is also a company, and we are the employees. Because without us, there will be no economy. Because no one is spending, no one is producing, no one is manufacturing. There's nothing moving around. So we are the employee of the country or the government itself. So if you're a company or whatever, you still want to have a certain control over your employees.
Yeah.
So I don't think we can escape this shit. I mean, it is going to come.
Yeah.
It is going to come. So which side you want to be on is up to you. No?
But isn't it like kind of weird that the government gets to question companies like, for example, in the US, they question TikTok CEO and regarding their, or even Meta himself, Mark Zuckerberg himself, regarding privacy and things like that. But they are the ones who are actually using it for their own benefits, don't you think so?
Getting into politics, okay, the government owns by a bunch of rich people, okay. Going dark.
Going
The
really
government are owned by a bunch of rich people, and the
yes.
rich people want to keep the poor poor. So again, so that they can keep on being rich. Okay,
Right.
the super rich is always doing this thing, and the government is just their puppet. If you're going dark into things, again, AI itself, it can be bright, it can be dark, and
Yes.
but so do the government can be bright, can be dark.
Yeah. Wait, have you guys ever heard of any news that is related to how AI is being also controlled by the government in any way? What are the dark sides of the
I don't
possibility?
think this will have news lah. I don't think this news won't appear on
You can
this.
always find it in the dark web. So.
Is the super rich who is controlling? Is the super rich who is controlling whatever that is going on in the whole world? I mean, those who develop AI are also from the super rich.
we call that as a-
GPT come from Elon Musk before it's being handed over.
Sponsor lah.
Oh.
Use in a good word, sponsor.
Elon Musk was the one who started ChatGPT.
Yes. Then he sold off or handed over.
Was this something that he knew that we don't know? That's why he sold it before it became a public opinion of, controlling shares and things like
We
that.
will never know lah, if you ask me.
Confirm this one.
Yeah.
He might still be the owner of ChatGPT. ChatGPT. We never
we
know.
are in
Yeah.
a different league to talk about whatever gossiping that we can about him.
Well, just now we were getting into how, for example, airports these days, right?
Yeah.
You scan your passport and then they scan your face as well. So that is, like you said earlier, before our podcast started, that is in itself AI scanning as well, right?
Yes, actually, it is AI scanning. It's actually using the deepfake technologies to scan the layers or your 3D mappings of your face, so that when you go past, because in the past, whereby there are some people who cross the airports, they do a face mask, then they just let the people see the iris, everything, and just cross. But now with all the AI, it's able to detect whether this is real or this is fake. So if it's fake, it will block you at the airport. So you see now more and more gantries is all automated. So you reduce the number of manpowers that you need at airports. Yeah.
How about like things like deepfake?
Okay.
Are they similar to AI avatars that is being made from us, like actual human beings?
It's actually similar technology. It's just that one is converting your actual face into avatars, which you don't need many data points.
Right.
But if you use deepfake technology for the airports, you need to have more data points, because if anything is missing, then you have you might be matched together because we have the same facial features. Yeah.
Is Face ID consider AI?
It is a deepfake technology. But
Face ID, the Apple Face
Yeah,
ID.
yeah.
It's considered AI as well, right?
Can
I assume?
Little bit.
Little bit lah.
It's the image scanning part only.
Not the eyeballs.
Image scanning and iris lah.
Okay.
Then are you scared of the AI taking over?
Not really.
No.
Excited.
You're
I just haven't
excited for it?
excited.
You're excited to be post-apocalyptic kind of
The models.
the models.
The models. no. Okay lah. I mean, I accept lah. I accept.
I think we have to embrace the technology. I mean, those who utilize AI is gonna be the future. If you don't start learning, if you don't start using this thing, you're just gonna fall behind. Of course, there are something that the AI cannot replace, like human emotions or all those kind of things. But it is obviously going to enhance a lot of things if we use it correctly, like what Casey said. It's going to enhance productivity.
Right.
And at the same time, I think it would increase people's skill.
Right.
The skill level would be enhanced as well, because they will not spend time doing things that no longer matter, that AI can replace. So you have more free time. It's also double-edged sword, like what Kizzy say.
Yeah.
It could be you become more lazy, or you could spend more time into doing something much more meaningful, where it can be replaced by AI.
Yeah, but that directly talks about we are talking about the responsibility of corporations or even governments to that certain point. How are they actually going to be responsible for our data?
Wow, this is a very difficult topic to talk about, because
If they're not going to regulate, I mean, if we are not able to regulate or make decisions of our own privacy, right? And they are in control of everything. So even tech companies who can or have these technologies and have our data, how can they also, be responsible?
I think that is why you see Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg getting questions by SC a lot.
Yeah.
That is also why, because Facebook Meta is under US jurisdiction, so they are being questioned a lot by lawmakers. Yeah. So the same thing will happen to AI. Actually, in fact, if you look at laws that protects consumers with AI, in the US, I think last year there were 50-something new laws, and in the EU region it's about 40-something.
Oh.
So more and more laws are coming out to protect consumers with companies that actually uses AI. So companies that uses AI or actually develop AI has to adopt to this kind of regulations and rules of the nation.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think not only US is doing this thing. I mean, me and Casey, we went to a casual discussion about getting projects from banks or something else in terms of tech side. Actually, Bank Negara needs to approve you to be a tech provider for bank before you can work for the bank.
Right.
Before you can, take project, supply to the bank.
Yeah.
Bank Negara need to approve. They need to go through your background, your company background, your whatever, past track record, some things before you can do things for the bank. So there are certain guidelines there whereby they try to protect us, but of course, with the ever-changing pace of the industry, we might not know.
Yeah, actually, in fact, I want to add on what Joe said. Actually, some data sets, like example for banks, they require data to be in-house. We call it on premises. Yeah, means the server has to be within the bank itself. So this is also a sort of protection for consumers, especially for the banking industry. their servers has been hosted on premises, so all the data won't be leaked unless their own staff go and leak the data lah, or they have a
so
security
it's
breach.
unhackable or unleakable outside of the premise?
I wouldn't say it's unhackable.
Nothing is
or-
unhackable.
Yeah, everything can be hacked as long as it's connected to the internet. It's just how.
But it's definitely safer being at the premise itself.
If there isn't a security breach.
Let's go into algorithms, and I'm not sure if this is AI related, but as sometimes I feel like algorithms in terms of swiping your IG, swiping your Facebook, and everything, or sometimes you're not even swiping. You turn off your phone and then you talk to your friends about buying this car. I feel like getting this thing, But the next thing you turn on your phone again and you can see an ad based on what you just said. So that is also, I guess, a security breach that I don't know how the fuck did they even get that
You
kind of
have
information.
agreed to it.
It's not a security breach. You actually agreed to it. Yeah.
You already agreed to it. Remember when you sign up for anything, they'll tell you a terms and condition that you never read.
The double tick.
Yeah.
It's there.
It's there.
It's there. Definitely there.
But it's also when you turn off your phone, that's the thing
It's
that I'm
there.
concerned.
It's there.
It's there.
They are allowed to listen to certain things that you're actually saying or the devices actually receives, so that to better protect the device as well.
Right. So you're saying that I should keep myself away from the phone, but also from my watch as well.
Anything that is connected to the internet actually
Electrical
has a,
device.
electrical device has a potential of listening to any conversation that you're having.
Yeah. Unless you poke the thing and make sure the microphone is dead.
Or you plug out the battery. That's the best way.
Yeah, I'm talking about algorithms and stuff. Does that have anything that has to do with how AI tracks algorithm and personal algorithm in terms of what we search, right? It will only give us more and more of what we want to see. Even if we are fed up of it, they will still show unless you press something else and then start slowly the algorithm changes.
refresh
Is that AI?
I don't think algorithm is
I know
something
it's
new.
not, yeah.
It's not something new. It's data science that has been developed like 10 plus years
10 plus
ago.
years ago, yes,
10 plus
yes,
years ago, there's already
I think
that.
that's pairing only.
AI just further enhance it.
Yes, it further enhances. And how AI works is that because it requires big data. So like with like what you said, the Facebook and Insta IGs that's tracking all your data. So they have one data set, then they track, then they read the data and analyze the data. You have business analysis or data analysis. Then they will retrain the AI to better read the data sets. So that's why it becomes more and more accurate. You enhance the model.
Not like the iPhone, the keyboards.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Like how you swipe and you get the words that you want?
Like the next words or
Right,
like,
right.
like
Yeah,
hello.
Uh-uh.
Like the next word, it become I am or
Yeah.
my name. So all the keyboards is different.
I thought your hello next word would be tonight.
Like hello tonight. Maybe algorithm, they know the next word. Oh, this fella very hums up. The next word tonight. Yeah, we appear. That's why you have to log in your
Apple ID.
Apple ID before you use your keyboard. That's the thing.
That's a user preference. So everything is being tracked, and AI is being integrated into every single small portion of like a big company. Yeah.
In terms of like those small things that you mentioned, that probably maybe you're not in that particular field of research, but like, is that those what are some of the categories of AI that could be integrated in those algorithms in terms of learning and
LLMs is definitely one of it. Large language models.
all right.
Because like you talk about, it's a lot of speeches, a lot
Yeah.
of text conversations. All this has to use LLMs that they have to build in-house to go and read and adopt and actually retrain the model to better understand what you're doing.
And
see.
consumer pattern, I think,
Yes,
is
consumer
the most important thing to all of the AI users, because once they develop AI, they want to turn into a moderator. So they must understand what is the consumer pattern. A lot of times we think that when we buy something is, especially online, is our own decision. But it's actually
Yes.
a data set that they track in terms of your pattern and push to you. Consumer patterns.
Wow. And okay, so if that is how it is, right? My true concern is that we are already, through the algorithm itself, already addicted to scrolling and looking at contents. And even I feel like there is a need to make different type of contents as well, as a creator and also as a consumer. And these are patterns that the algorithm has trained us to do. I feel like I'm the dog like a dog, to create content and also to follow up with what's up, basically what's the trend. Like in the future, would things change where we would just be full-on consumers of content and less of working in terms of how AI can actually replace us? What's the potential there in terms of us being able to entirely latch off from working and just use the AI for everything?
I wouldn't say we can use AI for everything, because on the higher management level, you still need to have the direction of how the company want to go. Your video, how you want to produce, what kind of direction you want to go. It goes to lah.
Right.
Then you have the low-skilled workers using the AI tools to generate your images, your videos. Then, because ideas don't come when you don't automatically form when you started.
Yeah.
So you need to see a few options, then you decide, then you change it.
Yeah.
So with more options, you're able to steer the ship better. Yeah, I would say.
That something that you mentioned earlier is about the lower entry. That means the working force. The
lower skilled workers.
Yeah, the lower skilled workers. That is also an interest where how AI can help the lower working force to further enhance and produce better quality, even if they don't have that kind of experience.
Okay, so example, like interns, we hire a lot of interns. So interns that just fresh grad out of the market, they might not know of our industry, what we need. So they can just key a few keywords. Then it will come out very nice images of banners, festive banners that we have, or even promotional materials that we need.
Yeah.
So then I ask them, you go and compare, get a few ideas, then produce or merge it together to become something that is submittable, I would say, or it can be approved. So an intern with just maybe fresh from university, just with maybe 1 week of training of using AI tools, they can produce something that in the past someone need 3 to 5 years of experience can produce.
I see.
So it actually shortened the entire time and the learning process. And once they are used to producing this kind of quality, in the future they will always produce this kind of quality.
So can I be a programmer in your company with zero experience, and just by using AI, I can be your full-time employee?
Confirm cannot.
Is it not possible?
I'm not sure.
Is it not possible with the help of AI these days?
It's possible actually.
Possible. You
It's
start
possible.
with the construction worker salary first.
Yeah.
Then you slowly emerge into a project manager whereby you control construction worker. Then you upgrade yourself to become engineer, architect, those kind of things.
In fact, for our company, we accept zero experienced people.
I mean, in the programming.
In programming, yeah. Our top programmers, there are actually two of them who actually, we call it the Incubator program. We actually started from scratch zero, but they must have interest in IT. And
So you guys will provide the...
We will provide the tools, the knowledge, the trainings, and teach them how, from scratch, learn to build an entire application by themselves.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because these kind of things, I think you can even learn from YouTube.
Yeah,
You can learn from Google. It's not a school thing anymore. It's no longer only a school thing.
But that's learn. But
Yeah,
he
I'm
mentioned
talking about
AI,
I just want to key in some few words like, okay, the boss tell me what he needs and what he wants, and I'll just go to ChatGPT, some of the GPTs that is the programming ones.
Yes.
Because in our department of production here, we have the marketing team as well. We actually take different clients where they want to build their own landing page and things like that. We do have zero knowledge on that. We just key in stuff. We just copy and paste. And
I waste my money to learn all the fucking language, man.
Yeah, actually ChatGPT can do programming for you already. Yeah, it can even example. Sometimes my staff actually do this as well. They have this part that they cannot find the bug.
Yeah.
The bug is they just send the entire thing to ChatGPT. Then
they will come up with the bugs.
They'll come up with this line. There's some issues, and they will write out
Syntax error.
Syntax error. Yes, this and that. Yeah.
So I waste my lecture. You can see this video, right? Waste all my money already, you know.
your course is really obsolete already.
But those are actually more basic programs. They are not able to do because ChatGPT they based on number of characters, they charge you a different processing fee. Like our programs is like hundreds or thousands of lines of code. This kind, ChatGPT can only help us with a certain section. So ultimately, we still need people like DevOps to actually help us to segment everything together, build everything combined together. Then the entire product will be out.
Lucky KZ mentioned about this. If not, I feel like I'm wasting money.
I mean, then you yourself is an entrepreneur.
But, yeah.
It's like, is it possible for someone who with zero experience, but let's say you're hiring marketing person, and he or she has zero experience, come to you and say, I have the interest of doing marketing. Okay. Let's not talk about whether he's handsome or a beautiful girl or whatever.
That is important actually.
Very
important. That one.
But she or he can definitely produce marketing materials for you. Would you hire?
Yes. Even we hire someone is zero experience, same as KZ, because we think is able to train. But the topic is about AI, means that if she or he is zero experience, is that possible to generate the content or the products based on AI?
Yeah.
Okay, because normally we train ourselves.
Yeah.
But if AI able to help us to train, team go look that one. So
it's really possible. It's really possible. So even if our test questions that we issue interviewees sometimes they use ChatGPT to go and answer our questions.
But I think the answer is you're able to know that it's from the ChatGPT, right?
Yes. So when they come for interview, then we'll ask them, how do you explain this line of code?
I see.
Right. That was supposed to be my next question. I feel like maybe it's a statement, not a question. I feel like the ChatGPT answers that we've been given all this while are very general, at the same time specific enough to be maybe not so general. And some questions, honestly, sometimes I need to plan for contents and podcasts like this. I don't have any experience in this industry, so I go and search on this. It feels like, okay, I type what I want, and it gives me exactly what I want. But those things that I want, at the same time, it's not very humanized, and it's not very...
It's not what you want.
It's not what I want.
It's not in-depth.
Yeah. It's not in-depth.
Yes.
It's not in-depth.
Like, how can it even further improve from there onwards? Because
Ask
it
a
feels
better
like
question.
In here, I got 有东西要 share. Sorry for my English is not good.
Yeah,
I use it in Chinese. Okay. So 我之前是读 IT 的嘛 so I understand about what is AI. So how AI generate and okay, I just let 科普小知识啦 how AI generate. So 我们也知道 AI 是用 chip 嘛 am I right? So chip 我们有分两种，一个是 Intel
CPU
一个是 GPU. So Intel 就是我们每次看到 i5、i7 那种蓝胶东西啊。So Nvidia 什么 GTX that kind of stuff, you know.
It's a graphics.
So 我们知道啊 Intel 啊，它本身也是有 graphic 的那个 integration 在里面了嘛。你也可以用 Intel 来玩 Dota 玩 CS 嘛，对不对？
对。
So what's the difference? So 它会回答你现在这个问题。So just imagine 啊 Intel 你丢一个问题给他 example 1+1等于是多少 Intel i5 就好像有5个 professor 在里面5个 professor 在里面 So Nvidia 它 produce 的 chip 嘛就好像是500个大学生 That different So questions 来了这样如果有问题一来的时候 Any kind of data questions Any kind of your kind of questions 丢下去如果你讲1+1一定是 Intel 比较快咯，因为 professor 很快回答嘛。这样如果你有500个问题呢，是 Nvidia 的500个大学生回答比较快，还是 Intel 的5个 professor 回答的比较快？所以当你问问题给 AI 的时候啊，你要很 specific 很 details， 你才可以发挥到 AI 最强的那个本领出来。如果你问的很 specific 很 normal like what's the content that I'm gonna create today with the AI topics So the Intel will give you the so shit answer. So you have to ask in very specific and let the AI practice. So they give you the best answer.
You have to even go into character. Like today, I'm having a podcast. My guess is A, B, and C. These are their specific experience, those kind of things. Okay, we will be talking about whatever in terms of AI. How deep is we're gonna be. Then only you ask what are the first questions I want to go. with a potential answer, and what are the answers that we can follow on and go on a second question. If you can ask in this specific way, then ChatGPT can really give you something deep.
Something wild.
Yeah.
I have noticed that in ChatGPT, for example, we give us a situation, and then I just say, remember this or take note of this, and along with other text prompts. So once it enters, right, the first thing that appears on ChatGPT, it says like, okay, this is being recorded and stuff like that. So this is being this data is being stored and it's being remembered. So how does that data, how long can it basically stay in that system?
Wow. This one you have to ask ChatGPT because we don't manage the data, so there's no way that we know how long they store the data.
But isn't it quite amazing that they do that, and they really, I mean, if you get into specifics, that could actually be part of the ongoing questions that you have later on, and they will always remember that point. And
Logically, serve forever. If the server is not off, logically lah, means if you ask the fella to remember, I mean the AI to remember, logically is forever remember, until the fella off the server.
Who do you think will be at the end of this AI competition? Who do you think it will be the biggest player in this industry?
I think the social medias, or like people like Microsoft, and somebody I think that will do well also is Apple, although they are late in the game, but they have all the resources available. They have the hardware, they have the software, they have the users, the consumers, and they have the marketplace.
And most important, they have the money.
Yes.
And the customer loyalty as well, right?
I guess, yeah. 11 years of iPhone.
Well, has Apple actually introduced any form of AI in terms of?
No, but they have announced that they are going into AI nowadays.
They have.
They have.
They have.
They have.
Because previously they mentioned about they built the car, the Apple car, the real car. Because during you build, right, you need a lot of AI. Like auto parking, navigation. Like auto park is AI. How they scan, how to detect, everything is AI. So I believe Apple is already inventing or improving their AI system.
But is it a bit too slow when Tesla already has all the data, while Tesla itself is actually an AI as well?
Because Apple, like something different.
I don't know. I just feel that recently Apple is always late in the game, lagging behind since Tim Cook took over. I always feel that Tim Cook is a person who is
lazy in innovation.
No. Is a very good leader in terms of managing late game business, whereby late game business means that the business has already reached the top level and you want to maintain it. Tim Cook is very good in that, but it just doesn't give this thing now, where Steve Jobs is doing all the time. Taking risks, I would say.
Yeah.
So it's always late. I feel like even sometimes after using 11 years of fucking iPhone, I just don't feel there's any innovation, but only predictability, whereby I still use it and I still love it because it's predictable.
Habit.
It's predictable. Just like what you say just now in terms of the human side of things, we are all controlled by hurt factor. What is hurt factor means when everyone is using that thing, then we go ahead with it kind of thing, rather than 创新 or leading something different kind of
Innovations.
thing. Innovations.
I mean, he's definitely good at his marketing side of things, I see.
Every year is the same. It's the same way of presenting not so new things.
Yeah, but with AI, maybe innovation will come in because now you can train a model to, based on your data sets, to give you new ideas to enter into. Yeah.
But not Apple. Haven't yet.
Haven't yet.
Yeah, that's why I say the only excitement that I have for recent Apple launch was the Ultra, because I can dive with it. That's it.
Apple Watch Ultra.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I was 哇妈鸡掰，我不用带那个大大搞的东西去潜水啊，我可以带 Apple Watch 啊。That's it. After that, because I watch Apple launches every year on YouTube Live. Every year I watch, there was no excitement other than the Ultra Watch.
I guess it's a delayed gratification where maybe this year or next year something will happen every 5 years or things.
Every year we are hoping there's something new, but every year we get disappointment. That's why if you notice in terms of stock market, every year Apple stock after they launch it's going down, not going up anymore.
But honestly, from an IT perspective, you can't expect them to have a wow factor every single year. Because even Nvidia took many years to actually build a new chip. Because in large scale developments, everything is actually very difficult. Yeah, so we need to break down things into very small micro pieces, and it takes time to build every single small pieces up into one big entire structure. Yeah, so
For consumer, we don't think too much about this, I think.
Yeah.
We just feel, Apple, same thing, same shit.
I remember a few episodes, I think 2 episodes before, we were talking about Nvidia being investing in Malaysian. Tech.
It's working with YTL to create a super AI computer. It means they're creating a chip that is going to be the world's fastest chip kind of thing.
And they're working solely with Malaysia?
I don't think it's solely,
I don't think it's solely.
but they have signed with YTL to do this thing. YTL is a Malaysian listed company.
What does it mean for us Malaysians in terms of the tech industry?
I would say that it depends on what they want to offer after that. But for now, there's no news on what YTL wants to offer. Or what
They're building the data center in Malaysia.
In terms of consumer level, I don't think there's anything because even Nvidia want to create something else with whoever, and they're going to launch at that level, okay? But on a stock market perspective or the economic perspective, of course it's going to be good. We know that there's a potential 1 trillion investment coming in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
That is the thing because of the data center, because of Amazon, Google, ByteDance, all this is coming in to build data center. Even KZ is invested a bit into solar as well.
Just a small bit. Yeah.
Oh, I love this kind of laughs. These evil laughs. So, data centers in Malaysia and all this, it has to mean something for Malaysia. Employees, employment rate as well in terms of the IT perspective. There is going to be a much more. I assume there's going to be a much more higher increase in tech industry in Malaysia as well. Because I don't think us Malaysians have any. Sad to say, don't have any much of a technological exposure. Yeah.
In terms of Malaysian brain power, we have been exporting brain power. For the past 20 years, all the Malaysian talents is going overseas. Singapore, or namely other countries, Taiwan. Even if we talk about 20 years ago, USB was created by a Malaysian.
Yeah.
In Taiwan, not even in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Okay, so the brain power is being exported for the past 20 years. Hopefully, with all this investment coming in and all the data center coming in, and also Nvidia coming in with building a super chip, I think the brain power will come back, kind of thing. Hopefully, it will come back, provided the pay is good enough. But also, I noticed everyone is asking for higher salary. I think it's a good sign for the employee, but not the employer.
True. Yeah, everyone is flying back to Singapore or moving out to some other countries, especially like Australia, whereby there's a much higher pay grade. Yeah.
Oh. Australia, good pay, Australia.
Australia good pay. Even some of my ex-staff, they are in Australia nowadays.
不是采苹果种 strawberry.
No.
Even 采苹果 strawberry, they are working 16 days a month and double your current pay.
Double my current pay.
Your basic salary not
sorry,
include your
lucky you
profit.
said double. I fly there.
Only a basic salary lah. Of course, I know how much you make in terms of profit sharing and other stuff lah.
What are some comparisons between Singapore and Malaysia in terms of the tech industry these days?
If you compare about all the higher end kind of higher brain processing power like AI, Singapore definitely wins Malaysia. Even fintech, the exposure in Singapore is much better than Malaysia. basic stuff like banking. Because I think one of the reasons why finance is very restricted in Malaysia is because it's the Islam law. So the government actually bans, I think, something very basic like foreign currency exchange.
I see.
It's sort of like illegal in Malaysia.
I think it's only exchange in banks, right?
Yeah, can only exchange bank. But in Singapore, is widely educated. So people are very finance savvy in Singapore. So when you talk about fintech, Singapore is always number one, number two. Then if you talk about AI, now since primary schools, the government actually put it into their textbook for primary school students to study technology.
Oh, serious?
Serious?
Primary school.
Primary school.
Study
primary
AI.
School. Study IT.
IT.
Yeah. So
I
since
see.
young, Singapore government has been always very good at training the workforce at doing
Tech savvy things.
no, what the trend is like. Many years ago, it was aerospace engineering. So they pushed a lot of people into aerospace engineering. Then before that was just pure engineering when all
Robotics
the
and
factories were coming to Singapore.
I see.
Yeah.
It's a very different education system. If you ask me between Singapore and Malaysia, Singapore is always striving towards the new things because I don't know whether it's because of small country, they are trying to make their workforce as smart as possible. So every new thing they will just integrate into the education system. Whereas Malaysia is doing in terms of education whereby they want to cater to those who are not that good, okay? They are afraid that students are lacking behind, so they have to lower down the level instead.
Right.
I even heard that some subjects they don't want to do it in English, even though it's widely used in the world, English in this form of education or subject. They want to do it in Malay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you ask me, Malaysian the education system is fucked up, if you ask me. Okay,
Finally, you say the word fucked up. I was waiting,
That's the actual word for it. It's fucked up. Whereby, why should we cater people who are lacking behind? Instead, we should push the quality up by making it more difficult in order for people to push themselves towards a better one.
Because of we have to reach equilibrium and fairness.
Bullshit.
But maybe because Malaysia has a lot of resources and Singapore has only human resources, so the government actually invests very heavily on our human itself.
That's true.
Our
That's
education
true.
system. So
True.
yeah. So imagine 10 years down the road, every single Singaporean that is educated in Singapore can come out speaking IT.
Wow.
That's a different era already.
In other words, I think it hits me. Maybe our government wants people to become stupid and mediocre so that should I say this thing? So they can control. So they can you know the balls
Right, tie it up. Well, I'm quite surprised to know that the education system and they're learning it since primary school.
Yes.
And however, like with the technology available these days, right, us Malaysians are also quite, I guess, to say tech savvy in terms of using technologies these days. I'm sure they can also learn it through, with the help of AI, to learn tools like coding as well. So it really depends on the interest, is it, of the people, and we should really educate maybe not in our education courses, but maybe more on the promotional side of how tech can actually bring Malaysians up in terms of the economy, in terms of the whole
I don't
the
know.
GDP of
Since young, I
things.
always think that I always have this saying that no choice is the best choice. If you depending on like true interest of a person, how many person actually has a solid ground of what I am 100% interested and I want to go that direction? How many? I think maybe 10% of the population has this thing whereby I know what I want to do, I know what kind of direction I want to head in terms of the future. 90% of people are sheeps. 90% of people are sheeps. In fact, if you want things to go upwards in terms of quality, it needs to be pushed, it needs to be strict, it needs to keep the standard at a certain level so people will move because they have no choice.
Right.
Because when you have a choice to slack, we will always slack. We are human, man.
And sometimes interest actually comes after you are good at something.
True.
Yeah.
True. Because 哇呢樣嘢我做到哇全部人哇表揚我 OK 我突然間變咗我 interest 啊。
That's true. And like, if that's the case, right, all of us should always stick to our status quo to say, let's say, I'm good at this thing, and I should always find a way to integrate AI and technology into my field of work. So, what the Malaysian problem is basically, I feel like sometimes because education plays too much on this big role in terms of even understanding the language, in terms of what the outside world is promoting. How does AI work, and how do we how do we function this thing? A lot of people, because of the language barrier at the same time, don't really know how to use AI and therefore lose out in this field. So how do we make sure that, or how do we educate in our best way possible to our younger workforce? Because I feel personally that the people that are coming in these days are very, maybe they choose not to have higher education or some sort of things like that. Maybe they didn't have the privilege, but it is up to us. I feel like sometimes we have to give them a chance to also grow from that part with their previous knowledge or whatever. So how can we incorporate AI into that? Have you been doing that in terms of, you said you advocate like zero experience in your workforce, your incubator program, right? How much time does it take to, do you feel any struggle, or how long does it take for you to actually incubate the right person and then the right interest, and how long does it take so far?
Interests definitely have to be there first before we take the person in for incubator program. But once during the first 2 to 3 weeks of incubator program, based on the tasks that we issued and the training that we give, we will be able to see whether this person is qualified or not qualified in the learning process. So if he's not qualified, we'll tell them, hey, you might not be suitable for this. Yeah.
Right. And this is that means even if they have learned some stuff, they are still not able to use AI in terms of helping out the simple tasks.
They can use tools to handle the simple stuff, but I told you that then you might not be suitable for my company because we are doing something more complex. So you have to keep up with the pace of learning. If not, you'll be kicked out.
What are the risks that your company is taking so far with this program, in terms of what is the cost of it?
Time. Time is the greatest risk that we have. Yeah.
And the salary.
Yeah. Salary is a small part actually.
Yeah.
The limiting is the time actually, because we spend a lot of time trying to find the right talents, train the right people. Yeah. And a lot of time, because I think sometimes the Malaysian workforce is used to, this is too difficult, I want to give up, or this is too stressful, I want something more relaxing. But building something that is very, very difficult or something new is always has to be challenging. Yeah.
And IT was never easy in the first place.
Yeah, it was never easy in the first place. So if
Totally agree.
he want to go into IT, he want us to train him to be in IT, but then he's not willing to put in the effort or put in the hard work, then I would say he's not suitable for us. He might be suitable somewhere else using the tools that we teach them, but he's still not suitable for us.
You just have to fuck off.
Yeah.
And some people studied IT or computer science or data science or whatever is because before they go into study, either their parents or their friends or their relatives say that, oh, this is going to be the future, you're going to make a lot of money from it, kind of thing. But if you ask me, it's the same like being a celebrity. Yeah, a lot of people want to become a singer or actor or whatever. There are so many of them wanting to do that, but how many of them get an Oscar or actually do real good acting work or singing work? Same thing, you have to put in an effort. Anything at all, anything. In terms of IT side, I think our best talent within the company doesn't even have a degree in computer science or data science or whatever. They self-learn, they do their own research, they try and error, those kind of things. We do give the ground for them to go try and error and learn new things as well. It's even better than those came out with degrees and masters or whatever. It's depending on the person's attitude, if you ask me.
Sometimes it's even better than those with 10 years experience. Because the things that we're diving into, AI. If you have 10 years experience, I don't believe you have 10 years experience in AI, honestly. Yeah.
I see.
So it's not possible that people have experience in what we are doing. So that's the reason why sometimes we might as well take from new, scratch. We train from zero, we build them up, we train them, we let them have try and errors, but they need to be able to accept failure. That's the most important thing. Yeah.
And in their beginning stage, was AI ever integrated in the first place, or
Yes.
because they have no experience at all, right? You can't give them a textbook and expect them to go through everything or start with YouTube. Maybe they can start with AI, correct?
No, so it depends on what you want them to build. Every incubator program, we have different things to build. So we give them small modules to build. Then if they've definitely with guidance on how to build it, they can study this kind of materials, what are the resources available, then how to build a good code, this kind of stuff. Then we have a mentor to guide them. At the same time, AI will come in where, number one, after you write the code, they don't know how to debug.
Yeah.
They will send it into ChatGPT and try to analyze it, then learn from there. It's similar to like your design. You ask them to design something out. Then after that, you ask them to generate one through ChatGPT. Then compare which is better. So why are you doing this design as compared to something that can be better? Or generate a few more ideas. Then compare which code is better, which structure is better.
It's easier to become a programmer nowadays compared to 10 years ago, right?
Much easier, much
It's,
more
it's,
easier.
it's,
Yes.
it's much easier, man.
Yes.
So it's a character or it's the attitude of the person, whether when he comes into this industry or this career, it entirely depends on the character and attitude. If you have a strawberry character, if you're the strawberry generation, whereby you are bruised easily, just like a fucking strawberry, then you're a fucker. I mean, for us, we are all 3 and the age is starting from 3 already, ma.
Yeah.
So we are the durian generation, ma. We don't mind getting hit up. We are still durian, ma. I mean, if the generation you are at that strawberry level, then you're a fucker.
It seems like the topic that we're going to, it's kind of far, but I think it somehow relates to how we should function as even small scale, as a employee, and then as a company, and then as a even as a country, even basically, if we don't educate enough, we can't get the things out of them. That is, we can't expect them to just grow by themselves. That's what your program is all about, right?
Yes.
And then, may I ask, why do you do this program for? Is it what are you trying to build in with this? Are you trying to build a team of IT engineers that can help you with your business, and how does AI can integrate into it?
I believe that a good company will always have a lot of ideas that yet to be executed. So we are always in search of talents that can build what we need to build. So that's the reason why we built an incubator program. So we want to find and seek more talents in especially this IT industry. And I understand that in Malaysia, the environment previously, maybe from age 0 to age 19, the government hasn't provided a very good place for them to learn these kind of things. So why not take it upon our company to go and train them from scratch, to give them a better environment to study, to learn, and to grow. So this is why we started this program in the first place. But then in terms of how we integrate AI, ChatGPT is one of the things that we always use, and we have to use it because anybody that doesn't use AI nowadays will just be phased out from any kind of industry. And businesses who doesn't use AI will get taken over by businesses who use AI. So we have no choice but to use AI in every single process that we have. Yeah.
And the part where just earlier in this before the podcast, we spoke of the AI data points for AI, and since a lot of people are using ChatGPT weekly, how would it differ from things like Meta AI? Because I heard that the points, the data points that you mentioned, are way higher than ChatGPT. Then why should we? Why is ChatGPT the only option that we have now? Why is it so mainstream to say?
Because ChatGPT started early, they have more data sets, data points to train the entire model. So everybody is using ChatGPT now. But then concurrently, they are not feeding any new data in anymore. It's a fixed model. So that's why when you search on ChatGPT, they always tell you that the data set is from 20 something and before.
But they can always upgrade to that.
They have to upgrade and retrain the model to something new. But then as compared to something that like Meta is coming up with their own AI, it's an ever-growing model because everybody is using Meta every single day. So there's always new data feed into the data set and the models, and the model is being retrained. Depends on how long they set lah. But maybe every month, every year,
but
it gets retrained.
The data points are actually different categories because one is more from the social standpoint and one is more on the information standpoint.
It's commercial and freeware. The between commercial is the freeware.
Yeah.
I think.
So
but it's still conversations. You use IG to talk to people, post stuff, activities, do ads. I think it's just anything is happening in the world. So ChatGPT use different data sets. So depends on what your AI wants to train to do. Then you put in different data sets.
Have you guys ever tried the ChatGPT with the microphone function where you can just talk to it?
I did. I asked the fella to act as my girlfriend. And I speak to her in a way. But
what's the experience like? Was it humanizing? Was it scary?
Not really humanizing yet, I think, because I saw somebody else do that on IG.
Yeah.
Then I tried it myself. First thing first, the voice is not there. The voice is pretty fixed, pretty robotic. And it's not really there yet, whereby the fella can really
be your girlfriend.
No,
is that
give me an erection or something else.
Free or what?
Free what? Free. You just press the thing and you talk to the fella lah.
Oh, I see.
I've been waiting for the.
But the longer your conversation and the longer things that you talk to her, the better it gets. When you started, you only will ask like 10-letter words kind of thing. But if you really have a conversation with the bot, it will get better and better throughout the conversation.
You mean like emotional or the voice?
No, the choice of word that
They
chooses.
will try to understand you more, right?
They try to personalize it to you and retrain the model to fit you. Yeah.
And depending on your prompt as well, whereby what kind of girlfriend you want her to be.
I see. We're gonna get into the essentials of what AI, what type of AI, or what you can go, or where you can go to get certain things done. For example, if you have to write a long format, let's say you have to type out or copy from a hard copy, you have to copy out the whole information onto the computer. You can actually snap a photo now these days and send it to ChatGPT, I think, and it really gives you the entire paragraph of what you just said. Or you can just record it, everything, and then send it. I think there's a limit of up to don't know how many hours, and then they can actually type out whatever the related content, and then generate a summary out of that.
Minutes, something like that. Minutes.
Yeah. So, what are some of the ways? Probably this is more towards KZ here. What are some of the tools that you use these days that enhances or is essential to your daily routine, like daily life routine?
For me, is ChatGPT. Yeah, because we do a lot of codings, and so far, it's one of the better ones out there in terms of codings and how we look into like source tree, these kind of places to get the codes, and GitLab.
Yep. What is that about?
It's for programmers, all the coding stuff, all the coding sheets are inside.
It's considered Dreamviewer is AI.
Dreamviewer, maybe a certain portion. I think all big companies has a certain portion of AI in it nowadays. Yeah.
See, do you use any AI these days? Hey, you come from an IT background, right?
Yeah.
So why didn't you continue in the first place? I didn't ask this question.
He said IT don't make money. Look at the one opposite of you. That's what I said just now. Not all actors and singers.
I work as IT no make money. This fella make money. CTO bro.
But do you use IT in not IT, AI in your daily life?
Because I said okay, we go for work lah.
Yeah, work. Yeah.
Okay, we say work like Windows rumah itu lampu itu tak kisah lah. Okay, we go for the work part. Of course, we use AI to cause. Okay, I'm not sure whether this is legal or illegal. Maybe.
Calls.
is...
I don't think it's illegal. I mean, it's just calls, man.
Yeah, it's
It's
like AI
calls.
calls, of course.
Automated calls, right?
Automated calls, and I believe we call Maxis or all the telco, they will have someone to reply you, that kind of stuff. If you
Right.
guys
Yeah.
do know, right? Of course, we're using that
Oh,
as AI. So when you ask me this kind of question, I feel like it's good or bad. I think it's good. Okay, if my staff feel like this is bad, it's because they don't get to self-improve, they will get lazy, as what Josh mentioned about just now.
yeah,
So this is good. We'll move more productivity because the AI have no emotion.
right.
Because the AI won't, even the AI get fucked, you say, oh, okay, bye. That's all. So for me, it's better, have a better productivity, have a better result. I can save a lot of money.
Right.
Yeah.
What are the chances if the video calls are now available? Are video calls available in AI form?
I think
Yes.
it should be possible because
Yes.
you mentioned about the 3D thingy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they can generate the response immediately through
In
FAQs and things like that.
Yes, because like what I said, have an FAQ version,
Yeah.
right? So like banks in Singapore, they have this bank teller service whereby you go to ATM you can like in Malaysia you go to bank branches
Yeah.
to actually go to a teller
Teller,
to actually get your like ATM card replaced, right?
Yeah.
In Singapore, it's no longer like this. You go to an ATM machine, you click that you want a teller service, then the AI will be generated then with a human person there to actually service you, respond to you, reply to you, then key in everything. Then
The human person is AI or is
AI
a cartoon?
AI generated.
AI generator. Oh, okay.
There are two tools that I use in terms of AI. One is Plot. Plot, I think, is relatively new in the market or something else. It's a device whereby you there's a MagSafe here, man. You tap it into here, then you turn it on. It is a minute recording tool whereby I use when I was working on my own, because sometimes I don't like to type on a screen or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'll just speak my mind,
Right.
and it will be recorded and turned into minutes and turned into point forms. Then I can view on my things. Plot.
Oh.
Voice to text.
Voice to text, and it converts into minutes and keywords.
Damn.
You're saying that it's a hardware and a software thing? There is a
Hardware that is powered by ChatGPT.
Oh.
The hardware contains
Yes.
the software.
Plot.
Plot, PLAUD.
Oh, plot.
It's not 100% accurate yet, but it's still useful when sometimes you just want to think out loud,
Yeah.
and you just want to speak it out to kind of mind map things. That is what I use when I'm alone at home. I'm trying to work out some ideas, those kind of things.
What is the cost of that?
It's
Device?
not expensive. I remember it was like 300 plus US. You mentioned I always buy things from US. That was the first device that I use in terms of AI. The second one is something that I would say I supply, because as you mentioned that I'm a salesperson.
Yeah.
And if you ask me how the thing works, I asked him before how the thing works. It works with Google LLM, large language model. It's technically something that Dan uses similar. Okay, it's what we use for Salesforce, as in what we call as cold call. Why do I say a cold call? Because nowadays, I think if you ask 9 out of 10 salesperson, they don't like cold calls.
Right.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
9 out of 10, I would say 9 out of 10, because there are still people who would still believe in
learn.
hard work,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Okay, 1 out of 10 will believe in hard work. 9 out of 10 want fast work, or they would prefer it smart work. So this AI is gonna call your prospect on your first call, because cold call, usually the first call is the most difficult one, because the first call is always the one that you get fucked, because the one that is receiving the call do not know who you are. And most of the time, especially new salesperson, when they do first call, they lack of confidence,
Right.
and they are trembling.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're trying to say, or they go blank. That's the worst case. Okay. So AI call would help in terms of breaking the barrier, breaking the ice with the customer, because you don't need to introduce yourself on the second call. You just need to say that my colleague called or something else, but actually it was the AI call. But please do not expect this AI to do wonders.
Is it like realistic? Is it humanized?
It is a voice recording of a human, but it detects what the customer replied.
Right.
So it should be something that help you break the ice.
I see.
Whereby you receive a call that no one you don't know. Okay, a stranger number. Okay.
Yeah.
So once you answer, kind of thing, usually the person will introduce.
Right.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
And the most important thing is they want to get past the phase of I don't know you and you don't know me. Okay.
Of course, yeah.
So most likely the AI would just introduce I'm who, I'm from where. For example, who are the persons that use this AI? Real estate agents.
Yeah.
Or some salesperson who want to sell things or whatever. Real estate agents are one of the clients that I have. So they will usually use this thing to call a house owner. So example, you're a house owner, the AI will call, hi, my name is George, I'm calling from ABC Realty or ABC Property. We are currently specialized in this area. Okay, do you have a house here that you wanted to sell or rent? So there is a yes or no answer there only.
Yeah.
So if you get a yes answer, then the AI will just respond, oh, great. Thank you. Since you have a property to sell or buy, okay, I have a senior might contact you to update you about the current market price that your area has, or the current rental rate that your area has. Is it okay? Is a yes or no answer again.
Yeah.
So it's a yes. Then if it becomes a yes to yes kind of thing, then the AI will the AI will show that it's good for follow up.
Oh, I see.
Okay, or like what you say, you can just pick it up and humanize the whole thing.
Yeah, that's right. So there is a possibility where you can just anytime take it up and...
Yes, there is a possibility of that. So this is a system whereby it helps in terms of salesperson.
One of the things that I get confused about, like, you know, the Malaysian way we speak, our slang and everything, it's very...
Rojak.
Yeah, rojak. So how can AI even understand the things that we say? Because personally, I use a lot of video editing software and AI to generate subtitles, and they would never get it right. But I assume that for English contents, okay lah, maybe banana people they're okay lah if you do English content, full on English. But when you go to a more Chinese speaking mixed with rojak a bit, bahasa Melayu, yes, it gets a bit tough to understand for AI.
You need train.
Yeah, you need to train the AI, right? So how can AI? I just don't understand why AI doesn't really focus on our demographic. Is it because it's too rojak?
No, I would say because Malaysia market is a very small market as compared to the entire English market,
right?
Or the Chinese market.
Yeah.
So no companies will focus on just Malaysia market because of your rojak speaking way. Yeah, but what we can do is from the current model of maybe their English LLMs, Chinese LLMs, they can create another model to try to fit. They will train a model to maybe fit maybe 70-80% into the Malaysia market.
It's not going to be perfect. Yeah. It's not going to be perfect. Again, AI is an enhancing tool. It's not supposed to replace you. If the AI replaces you, then you're fucked. Means that you're not going to get. There will be no real estate agent. There will be no salesperson. The company will make all the money by just developing an AI to do their things. Okay.
Right.
So it's not a good thing if the AI is too good. Also, an example like you talk about Malaysian slang or Malaysian language. Okay. There was a recent case whereby the customer that has a feedback whereby they are using this thing, this AI thing to call. And in Chinese, the customer was replying, okay, 没有错 okay, means 你有屋子要租吗？你有屋子要卖吗？你是在这个 area 吗？ Then the thing, the fella replied 没有错 but the AI detect 没有。It does happen, okay?
Yeah.
It does happen. That's why it is supposed to enhance. It is not supposed to replace.
Right.
But a lot of people expect when the word AI means super high tech.
Make it better but not perfect.
I guess it's still. How long would you think, in just a small prediction, that AI will get into a point where actually they understands Malaysian demographics?
Susah. Memang susah.
I mean, it only takes. In order for that to happen, I am guessing it takes Malaysian people to actually build it up, right?
Yes, correct.
That would be the only way.
you have to let Malaysia to accept before building up.
I think it's not about accepting, it's about any company who wants to collect the data of it.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, correct.
Whether there's money to make from this data. Because all corporation wants to look at the profitability of things. If collecting Malaysian data is going to be profitable, then someone is going to do it. If it is not profitable, fuck it lah, this 30 million rojak language country, then it's going to take some time.
I see.
Because like what I said, the thing that hinders AI growth is actually a lot about data sets and finances, which is budgeting. If any of it is lacking, the industry for AI cannot grow because nobody want to invest in it. That's the reason why a lot of large companies are heavily invested in AI and they're absorbing the cost, like Figma. They absorb the cost, build AI, let the users use it at the same price. But then they use the same data sets to retrain their AI models because the user base increase, customer increases, user base increases. That is where they make money because this is their product. But if, like you said, you want the AI to understand Malaysian language, but who wants to understand this thing?
Malaysians only.
Malaysians only, but are you paying for something? If you're not paying, then are you paying? Who are you paying to? The company, is it incentivized to actually do this thing for you?
I feel like Malaysian content creators, I mean, in my perspective, are very famous for our reactions. Like, there are a lot of people from, for example, Japan, that will come to Malaysia and then they'll make videos. Oh, I visited Malaysia, I've ate durian, stuff like that. And they will get a ton of views because our Malaysian pride is there when it comes to, showing off our own country, things like that. So, I guess there is somewhat in sense of the content creation part, right? I do believe there is some sort of demand in terms of how to quickly get AI systems integrated in our editing process as well. Help us understand the subtitles better because even sometimes we don't even understand our own slang. So the AI has to be, it has to be there for us in order for us to glorify our love for making contents or consuming contents because I think we love to consume contents way more than the other country.
I think it's a population thingy. At the end of the day, we are still 30 million population only. And if you talk about Chinese only, we are less than 10 million. So if you're talking about rojak slang of Chinese, Guangdonghua, Bahasa Melayu with Manglish or Singlish add on together, these kind of things. Just look at who owns YouTube. Google owns YouTube. Okay, does Google want to invest in a 10 million population that maybe 5 million or 3 million of people consuming? Is it going to be profitable kind of thing? We do not know. At the end of the day, anything that you are using free, someone is investing in it. So while you're consuming, are you collecting enough ads for Google?
In the future, maybe.
In the future, maybe. Or when the tech reach a certain stage, or the AI reach a certain stage whereby all the major languages has already been stable.
Developed, stable.
Then they will look into the smaller industries, smaller languages.
See, I guess that's all the time we have for today, and it's a very, very complicated and very detailed,
very technical
topic to tackle, and I do hope to see Malaysians upping their game in terms of the tech industry and AI. Even I've been always promoting to my friends, hey, you should start making content using AI stuff. You don't even have to be there. We could think of a system to actually just build an AI version of yourself and start making content by just ChatGPT the whole thing, use the content, paste it, and then use the AI avatar of yourself to make content. I feel like we can start with that, and it has existed in the market for quite some time already. I feel like no one in Malaysia is actually using it because I don't know, it feels maybe still very stagnant, very robotic. And hopefully we'll see more developments from there. So anyway, thank you for coming, guys. And I guess we'll talk about some other topics, maybe not related to AI because it's too complicated. Or we have to invite people like from maybe a company such as Acmo or something like that to come and give some technical talks.
Any topic we can still speak about especially new things especially new things, either we become the creator or the follower or the consumer but at least we are trying to become the creator
Yeah, that's right. It's true. We are trying our best here, so please like, share and subscribe. And
subscribe.
Comment down below if you have any questions about AI stuff. I can also always direct to KZ and ask him to reply to me. Then I'll give you back the reply.
Anytime.
Kaveh, if you are listening, you want to join next time, you can join. But please, I think you need to drink 2 cups of beer first.
Work on your speech as well. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you very much for coming. See you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.